welcome to another episode of Let's Talk Tobago. I'm Avian Parks. Today we're coming to you from Villa Culo Brizo in the village of Lambeau. While we explore what this wonderful property has to offer in the next half hour, we'll also share with you the major stories on the island. Stay with us. We bring you all the details, starting with the headlines. A new program is being launched to enhance the island's ability to protect its youngest citizens. Renovation of the Scarborough Market is set to begin. Young job seekers get educated about entering the world of work. And later, the THA Sport Camp 2018 continues to unearth developing talent. All this and more when Let's Talk Tobago returns. Stay with us.
Hey, why don't you step into the Scarborough Library facility? It has all the knowledge of our land, people and heritage that you just won't find online. The Scarborough Library facility is now open. Tobago Library Services. Information inspires innovation.
Thanks for staying with us. Culo Brizo is appropriately named. This villa sits on the crest of a windy hillside in Lambeau to make the best of the wind sweeping through from the Atlantic Ocean. It's also got a panoramic view of the Scarborough Harbour. Now, a lot of emphasis has been placed on preserving the culture and heritage of Tobago. So naturally, there was interest on the island in the recent consultation on culture and the arts, as we hear in this next story. Here's more.
Culture. It's how we share our rich history of our ancestors with future generations. It also provides a platform for national development. And there are plans to ensure that Trinidad and Tobago's rich history lives on. The Ministry of Community Development, Culture and the Arts collaborated with Tobago House of Assembly's Division of Tourism, Culture and Transportation to host public consultations. In this way, residents contributed to the draft national policy for culture and the arts. The consultation was themed Creating Pathways to Cultural Confidence.
This draft policy has 3 focal points for action. They are the visual and performing arts, heritage, memory and legacy, and cultural industries. And the main objectives of these conversations are to facilitate open discussions to understand the philosophy and mindset of the culture and the arts sectors, to provide an opportunity for consensus, information, and knowledge sharing for the policy's implementation, to include the consensual recommendations and comments from stakeholders, to incorporate recommendations and comments for resubmission to Cabinet, to finalize the policy and resubmit to Cabinet by September 2018, and to develop pathways and action plans for the 3 sub-policy areas identified previously.
Culture is one of the major characteristics that distinguish the Tobago brand. So, the island has the responsibility to have its voices and recommendations heard.
The Tobago House of Assembly understands the importance and significance of our culture and the arts. We are committed to ensuring Tobago's cultural and creative sector thrives long into the future and remains a dynamic and vibrant part of who we are.
The policy articulates a vision for culture and the arts. Policy Coordinator Dr. Donna May Knight says there are several goals that the policy will strive to meet.
Enhance cultural confidence to deepen participation of all in transformational, social, and economic development. Strengthen national identities, the sense of belonging, and cultural citizenship among and between all social groups. Secure and strengthen the infrastructure for cultural diversity, participation, exchange, and cultural expression. Support artists, entrepreneurs, and industry association in the production of high-quality creative output, and establish and sustain an integrated institutional framework to support the cultural sector.
Going forward, the policy will help foster cultural diversity, develop human capacity, promote equity and equality, and protect the nation's cultural heritage. I'm Keishon Wilson for Let's Talk Tobago.
This 2,900-foot villa is part of a gated community with 3 spacious bedrooms and accompanying ensuite bathrooms, air conditioning, and attractive furnishings. It can comfortably accommodate up to 6 guests. Now, collaboration is being seen as the key to protecting Tobago's children from abuse. That's why the Office of the Prime Minister's Gender and Child Affairs Unit and the Tobago House of Assembly are teaming up to launch a new program. Crystal George has the details.
Every child has the right to be safe from abuse and neglect. In Tobago, this will take a collaborative effort, and the Office of the Prime Minister's Gender Affairs and Child Affairs Unit is joining forces with the Tobago House of Assembly for training and the launch of a new child protection program. This program aims to help protect the nation's children from every form of abuse.
Today's main initiative is to ensure that guidance counselors, social workers, school, of course, protection officers, psychologists are geared toward protecting our children. The main thrust of this workshop is to ensure that you understand the local research with regards to what's happening with our children and to develop strategies to prevent abuse with children in Tobago.
Every child has the right to be safe from abuse and neglect. In Tobago, this will take a collaborative effort, and the Office of the Prime Minister's Gender Affairs and Child Affairs Unit is joining forces with the Tobago House of Assembly for training and the launch of a new child protection program. This program aims to help protect the nation's children from every form of abuse. Children learn by watching the world around them, so it's very important to educate them about child abuse, according to Chief Administrator Mr. Ray Sandy.
In this sensitization effort, posters will be utilized, billboards containing the hotline numbers will be used to encourage our children to break the silence of abuse by reporting any such occurrence.
On a personal level, Ayana Webster Roy, Minister in the Office of the Prime Minister, shared her experience growing up. She says she was always bullied at school, and people saw this happening and didn't do or say anything to help. The minister is urging her fellow Tobagonians to speak out against abuse and bullying.
We can't say it's not my business, it's not my responsibility. We have to mark one and report it. We have to mark one and ensure that when we mark in, we're pulling out all the right things to report and inform and empower people.
The minister says her office has embarked on numerous projects nationally, and Tobago will not be left out.
2015, around 2016, we would have done some research with the assistance of the UNICEF and other agencies, and we'd have produced the child rights booklets. We'd have distributed those to school children and children not in school throughout Trinidad and Tobago. We developed a directory of services for children, child-friendly services. Those were distributed throughout Trinidad and Tobago. Last year, we'd have done the bus driver training in Tobago. That was done in Trinidad. Last year, we'd have trained coaches in Tobago to identify signs of abuse and so on. That was done in Trinidad. Last year, we worked with bus drivers in Tobago so that they would be able to identify the signs of abuse and report it. That was done in Trinidad. Whatever we do at the national level, we ensure that Tobago is not left behind because we recognize Tobago as an equal partner in this journey of development.
Approximately 6,000 reports of child abuse were made in this country in 2017, and 57% were female victims. The Office of the Prime Minister is seeking to reduce those numbers with the help of all residents. I'm Crystal George for Let's Talk Tobago.
Culo Brizo is the ultimate relaxation getaway. An L-shaped veranda stretches from the east of the villa around to the south, so guests can enjoy the sunrise and cool evenings while taking in a glorious sunset. From Lambeau to nearby Scarborough, where renovations on the old Scarborough Market are expected to begin soon. We have more in this report.
The old Scarborough Market will be renovated at a cost of $28 million. The contract was recently signed between project manager Iad Cott, the Eco-Industrial Development Company of Tobago, and Alpha Engineering and Construction Limited.
Tenders for this project were invited in June of 2016. We received bids from 4 entities, and at the end of the process, Alpha Engineering Limited was selected as the contractor who would ensure a successful remodeling of the Scarborough Market.
Alpha Engineering is a locally owned company. It's worked successfully with EIDCOT on projects in the past, including the Cove Power Plant.
On behalf of Alpha Engineering and Construction, we congratulate and we thank EIDCOT and the Division of Food Production, Forestry and Fisheries for undertaking this particular project. We are very happy to be a part of this project and give you the assurance that this project will be completed on time and within budget.
The market facility is the longest standing commercial center for the sale of livestock, produce and other agro-products. The Division of Food Production, Forestry and Fisheries saw this project as significant. In fact, the facility will further promote the importance of agriculture to communities and Tobago's economy. In the meantime, the vendors are utilizing the temporary market facility at Shaw Park.
In May of this year, we successfully relocated the Scarborough Market operations to a temporary site at Orange Hill Road. This to facilitate the remodeling of the market facility on Wilson Road. Though comfortably accommodated and without the major persisting problems had at the old market, the 150 vendors, staff, customers and the Tobago populace are eagerly awaiting the unveiling of a brand new market facility in Scarborough.
The upgraded market will provide a safer, modern environment for both vendors and customers. It's also aimed at ensuring that all vending at the market is compliant with international food safety regulations. I'm Kern De Freitas for Let's Talk Tobago.
It's time for a break, but coming up, we tell you how Tobago is getting young job seekers ready for the world of work. Stay with us.
Welcome to the Scarborough Library facility. Here we utilize the latest technology to bring you library and information services. Once inside, the staff at the information desk will direct you to the relevant department. And now, our CSR Darian will help you through the registration process.
Hi, good day. Ready to register?
Hi, good afternoon, yes please.
Can I see your documents? One completed form, photo identification and utility bill?
Yes.
Thanks much. This is your library card. It displays your user ID as well as your barcode. This information is also reflected on the reverse side. If you'd like, you can tear along the perforated line to detach the two pieces. This can be kept in your keychain, the other can be kept in your wallet or your purse.
But the Scarborough Library facility is so much more than just physical books. Once registered, you can log on to our website at library.diaz.gov.tt. Scroll down to select the NALIS link. Once you are connected to the NALIS website, you can then download the Overdrive app to your Apple or Android devices. Using your personal account, you can borrow ebooks and access online databases. Renewal of physical books can also be done online. The new Scarborough Library facility will revolutionize your library experience, where information inspires innovation.
At Brizo, you'll feel right at home with the amenities you need. There's a large, fully equipped open-plan kitchen and dining area, so you can choose to make that sumptuous breakfast, home-cooked lunch, or even a midnight snack. Now this, young job seekers on the island got the chance to learn firsthand what's expected of them in a work environment and the skills they'll need to function effectively. Have a look.
Today's job market is a lot different than in years gone by. Fitting into the modern work environment can be really challenging for new graduates. And in Tobago, the annual World of Work program is helping students become better prepared to make the transition from school to a new career.
The World of Work within the Department of Youth Affairs, this program started in 2009, and for us it's one of the very successful programs and initiatives for the simple fact that it contributes directly to the training of our young persons, looking at various areas of training in preparation for the world of work, but beyond just the world of work is about preparation for life.
100 participants were selected from 200 applications to be a part of the program. They learned about resume writing, employee-employer relations, communication skills, and appropriate use of social media.
I learned that your social media could destroy your image depending on what you post when you're looking for a job.
I learned why you should budget your money and the importance of budgeting your money and different things and investments you can make with your money that would profit you and how the stock market works.
The World of Work interns also participated in job interviews. Some of them will have the opportunity for employment at the end of the program.
We're pleased to indicate that we have been able to introduce what is an interview component, and that follows the week of training, so we will be having interviews with them on Friday. For most of them, it will be the first interview that they have been able to attend. Further to that, at the beginning of August, on the 6th of August, we proceed with placement, job placements, and that's because we feel that after we have trained you, we've put you through an interview, we want to make that connection with the workspace.
To date, the World of Work program, which was hosted by the Tobago House of Assembly's Division of Sport and Youth Affairs, has impacted the lives of over 500 young Tobagonians. I'm Kern De Freitas for Let's Talk Tobago.
If your idea of a vacation means avoiding the kitchen, Culo Brizo is just a short distance from a selection of popular restaurants and bars, or even a taste of the local nightlife. Constructing a home, commercial space, or even acquiring a property can provide quite the challenge. But knowledge is power, especially when it comes to getting state approval for your land purchase or construction project, as we find out in this next story from Crystal George.
Whether you're constructing your home or a commercial building, safety has to be the #1 priority. That's one reason why statutory building approvals are so important. Builders, architects, regulators, contractors, engineers, and other stakeholders were updated on the approval requirements at a recent seminar. It was hosted by the Trinidad and Tobago Contractors Association, the TTCA, in partnership with the Division of Infrastructure, Quarries and the Environment, and the Division of Settlements, Urban Renewal and Public Utilities.
This symposium aims to give insight into statutory approvals needed before construction. This is designed for contractors, builders, homeowners, developers, engineers, architects, and everyone who is involved in the construction industry, and the general public.
Things are looking up for the construction industry in Tobago. To ensure the island adheres to the international standards and best practices, builders must take the right approach. And with the necessary statutory approvals are in place, consistency in the quality of constructions will be assured.
These approvals provide a permanent record of works performed and inspection conducted on the project. The purpose behind building codes is to give reasonable assurance that homes is safe from structural failures, fire hazards, from electrical shocks, and health risks. Building development approvals are required before starting construction on most types of domestic building work and seek to establish the minimum necessary requirement for safety, health, amenity, sustainability in the design and construction of new buildings and new building work in existing buildings.
So how do you get the required statutory approvals before you plan the construction? The Town and Country Planning Division has 2 application processes related to the construction of new buildings, the outline and the final application process.
The outline application process is a 1-page application form. It's quite short. It just tells you, gives you the opportunity to say what you want to do. It's important that the location sketch is submitted with it, because when the officers go out in the field, they need to be able to find the site easily. And they would normally ask you for light pole numbers, mile marks, or something else that is permanent and can help them identify the site easily. Post office boxes have also been very useful. The application would also include, they may ask you for the deed. That is because they need to verify the size of the parcel. So it's really the schedule of the deed they are most interested in. And that is not necessary if you're already part of an approved subdivision. So if you have the subdivision reference, you don't need to bother about the deed. The final application requires that 4 sets of complete drawings are done, architectural and engineering drawings. And these would be the format that takes for the final application. The submission would comply with the conditions already given in the outline application.
This is the third of the series of workshops to be hosted by the TTCH in Tobago. The theme for the series is Building with Integrity. I'm Crystal George for Let's Talk Tobago.
A large outdoor pool deck with a jacuzzi offers a panoramic view of the Atlantic Ocean from the property. It's the perfect invitation for you to lounge and just soak up the sun. We head over now to the community of Mason Hall, which has joined the fight against lifestyle diseases. In fact, some young people from this community are taking the term healthy activity very seriously.
This road race and aerobics burnout event is a first for the Mason Hall Police Youth Club. It's a step toward encouraging young people ages 8 to 14 years old to live more active and healthy lifestyles. Leader of the Police Youth Club, Dexter Edwards, says it's important to get children moving and eating right. It can help reduce the number of lifestyle disease cases on the island.
We see more ailments at a younger age. Young persons are apparently, like being on the computers and being inside. So encourage them to just get into physical activities, because when we eat and when we exercise, we can develop all different type of ailments. In particular, the kind of food that we actually eat these days.
An essay writing competition entitled The Importance of Healthy Living is another component of the Police Youth Club's health promotion initiative. 2 of the winners share tips on how young people can look after their health.
People can live a healthier lifestyle by not eating plenty fried foods and eat more fruits and vegetables.
I live a healthy lifestyle by being outside, exercising, eating healthy sometimes, and just being outside enjoying the fresh air.
Kyla's mother, Paula Owen, supports the Police Youth Club's health promotion campaign. She says it's in keeping with the wholesome lifestyle she wants for her daughter.
I encourage my daughter to eat healthier, do some exercise when the evening comes, drink a lot of water, and to live a happy, healthy lifestyle.
The initiative is in keeping with the club's mission for the overall development of its young members. It's aimed at helping children live more positive and active lives. This, the club believes, will help the youngsters grow into law-abiding citizens and contribute to the development of their communities. I'm Amadara Mills for Let's Talk Tobago.
We've got to take a break, but when we return, we'll tell you about the newest addition to the annual THA Sports Camp. Stay with us.
They say it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters the most. And in the face of disaster, chaos, and panic, it is the Tobago Emergency Management Agency's comprehensive emergency response plans that will matter most to Tobago. This agency's modernized approach to emergency management is driven by technology, powered by networking, focused on community resilience, open to partnering, enhanced through training, and led by a highly competent and dedicated staff. This has positioned them as one of the premier disaster management agencies in the region and earned them Trinidad and Tobago Diamond Standard certification. Congrats, TEMA, Tobago Emergency Management Agency.
Cooler Breezo provides the atmosphere for you to slow down and just relax. But if you want to get out and explore all Tobago has to offer, the Villa's management team at Caribbean Estates would be delighted to help arrange an island tour. The annual Tobago House of Assembly Sport Camp introduced the sport of archery this year, and the talent on display, according to the coaches, is certainly promising. More in this story.
It's a small island that's home to a bit over 60,000 people. But Tobago continues to produce world-class athletes. The annual Tobago House of Assembly Sport Camp isn't just about unearthing the next big talent. It's about getting kids ages 7 to 15 outdoors, developing fundamental motor skills, and having fun. They're also learning about teamwork, respect, and communication, and they get to try their hands at several different sports. This year, archery was introduced to the camp.
So far, it's been very exciting. Some of the students have never known that the sport was in Tobago. So when we did it on the first day, they were very excited. They were like, "You'll be here right tomorrow, sir?" So they're quite excited and the reception is good.
Despite the relatively short time he spent assessing participants, Coach Welch is already happy with this year's crop of campers.
In terms of talent identification, I have already observed quite a few students who has the potential with additional training to meet to a national level.
Although the sport isn't yet popular on the island, it's already gaining major attention.
Archery is very great for Tobago because it's a new sport, not for Tobago itself, but the introduction to persons on the island, which it will help because for some reason, looking at this, you would think that a kid wouldn't be interested, but since we have offered it into sports camp, the numbers has been great.
Over 500 participants registered for this year's camp. The campers have also been exposed to more popular sports such as football, beach football, cricket, netball, basketball, volleyball, track and field, tennis and swimming. This approach is aimed at their holistic development. It's also opening the children up to new experiences.
And this year what we are doing is rotational camp. So after the kids are finished playing football, then they'll rotate to do archery. Where a lot of kids come for the sport that they like, but we're trying to introduce another sport to the kid.
The THA Sport Camp 2018 ran from July 9th to the 20th at sporting grounds around the island. I'm Kern De Freitas for Let's Talk Tobago.
And it's time to have your say. It's the segment of our program where we hear from you, the viewers. Let's take a look at who had their say this week.
Alright, so we're here with Miss Jordan right now. So we're here with Bruce right now. So we're here with Brent right now. We're asking Mr. Philip. And we're asking Miss Winchester. I can't cooperate. I'm telling that.
Hey, it's time for Have Your Say. This week we're through the streets of Scarborough and we're asking folks, what do you think we can do as a community to help aid in the fight against crime?
In order to stop crime now, we have to take some very drastic measures that may seem draconian.
Each one have to look out for each one.
Like how the community was a long time where any adult in the community could discipline a child. But once we ain't going back that way, it will be worse than how it is now.
Out people coming together in the community, crime will always escalate. So I find the community to be looking out for each other now. You believe I might believe in a community now, but everyone's looking for each other now.
We have to make sure that individuals in the community are safe even though they're not home. Our young people, we teach them to respect each other. And in that way, we respect not only each other, but each other's property.
You yourself have to prevent crime. You have to make sure you participate by encouraging your colleagues and your friends not to get involved in crime. Secondly, if you see crime taking place, call the police. Don't get involved yourself. Call the police, let them do what they have to do. Thirdly, we'd like the people in charge of the justice system to have swift justice. People are charged, deal with them immediately, get rid of the situation. Fourthly, bring back corporal punishment.
We had to start with the heads, like the politicians and all who in charge, because we have in the house and they have not right now, you know. And the next thing now, everywhere somebody set up a little hustle in town, they put a no vending sign. You have to work with the people and them, because you can't provide.
I can't really say nothing more because I know crime, man. It's so hard I hustle in the answer, I sell in Trinidad and things like that. I don't encourage crime, you understand? But at the end of the day, crime is already mashing up Trinidad and Tobago, and I would like to see us free Trinidad and Tobago again once more.
We close was yet another edition of Let's Talk Tobago, and as always, we thank you for watching. Please email us with your comments or queries about the program, and be sure to visit our website, like our Office of the Chief Secretary Facebook page, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. From our house to yours, I'm Avian Parks, along with the Department of Information, Office of the Chief Secretary, Tobago House of Assembly, wishing you a safe and productive week.